Isabella's asked me to tell her some things that happened during my life, and we're talking about the stories, but they're not really stories. These are things that really happened. I'm just recounting the incidents as they occurred. And the first one occurred when I was 10 years old in 1943, and I was diagnosed with rheumatic fever, which, as far as I know, doesn't have anything to do with fever, but it does affect your joints. You do get rheumatic pains in your joints, and it also can affect your heart. And that's what the serious problem is. Now, in 1943, it was the middle of World War II, and I don't know what drugs were available or how they did it, but the particular treatment that I was given was to stay in bed, essentially in a dark room, and it ended up that it lasted for 10 months. And I really was in a dark room, not pitch black, but reduced lighting, and I don't recall if I was allowed to read or not. The one thing I do recall is having a little model car, a little metal car. I would put it up to the top of my knees and roll it down, and that was my activity for the day.
Yeah, you couldn't listen to like anything, right? No radio?
Well, I had to get special permission. I remember this distinctly. I had to get special permission from the doctor to listen to the Lone Ranger, because they were afraid it would be too exciting for me.
And what would happen if you got excited?
I don't know. I got permission, and I lay quietly and listened to the Lone Ranger. I'm only telling you what they told me. I was 10. I had to be carried to the bathroom, piggyback. We had a housekeeper who would carry me piggyback, and trust me, that was more strenuous than if I'd just gotten up and walked the 10 feet to the bathroom. Would have been a lot easier, but I wasn't asked my opinion. I was told what it was going to be. At the end of 10 months, I was transferred to a convalescent home. It was called Teresa Grata. I think it still exists, but I don't think it's for kids anymore. I was there in bed, not in the darkened room, but in bed, and I was allowed out at first for half an hour a day. And then after a few weeks, an hour a day, and then an hour and a half, and so on and so forth, until I was allowed out for 4 hours a day. Then I was allowed out of bed, but had to be in bed 4 hours a day, and then 3.5 and 2 and so on, until I could be out all day. And then I went home. And that took 10 months. So the whole deal took 20 months of having this disease. Part of this adventure, or story, whatever you want to call it, is why I don't eat pea soup. And the reason I don't eat pea soup is that at Teresa Grata, they serve pea soup a lot. It felt to me like they served it 8 times a day. That probably wasn't it. But we had a lot of pea soup. The kind you could stick your spoon in and it stayed straight up. And little slices of hot dogs in it. And that was very popular with the kitchen. It was not very popular with me.
Yeah.
Now by this time I was 12. When I got out of Teresa Grata, I said to myself and anyone else who would listen, I have had all the pea soup I'm going to need for the rest of my life. I'm finished. And I'm now on the verge of 88. And from that last day at Teresa Grata until today, I've never had another bowl of pea soup. I'm not comfortable when people sit at the table. I had a partner who used to like to eat pea soup for lunch, and I asked him not to do that because it really gives me the willies.